Totally Beverages.
And sometimes hot sauce.
That is a tasty root beer.
Coffee.
Water.
Cerveza.
Mountain Dew.
Beverages.
Beverages hot sauce. Beverages hot sauce.
Welcome to Totally Beverages and Sometimes Hot Sauce, the show that was almost called K-Cups with Roro. I'm your host, Psychic Andy. You can call me Roro. Right there next to me, the beautiful, stunned-looking, blue-eyed Barbadian. How are you, buddy?
I'm walking on sunshine, Roro. What can I say?
Oh, my gosh.
Just feeling good.
Looking good tonight. I'm very, very excited for tonight's episode.
Oh, I'm thrilled. I'm excited about the guest.
Yeah, tremendous guest, tremendous beverages.
One of the best of all time.
It's gonna be bonkers. Before we get into that real quick, let's do a little business real quick up top. I didn't add anything to the vision board today, but I did want to talk to one thing with you, JoJo.
Yes.
So my wife's birthday is coming up, and we had her on recently, and we were talking about the little nugget ice maker, and you can see one right there next to Kate Winslet, right?
I can see.
So I was thinking, like, that would be a pretty great birthday gift. She loves the nugget ice so much. I'm thinking maybe we put it next to the refrigerator. We sort of have a spot. We don't really have a spot, but maybe it works. And I was getting ready to text the plumber to be like, hey, I'm trying to figure this out. Can you do the water line and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to do it. I don't
Why not?
think I'm going to do it. It seems like I start looking at all the reviews. There's all this maintenance you got to do. You got to be cleaning them out or they get moldy on you. And then, like, I don't think I have a drain situation where my refrigerator is. They also need a drain or you got to carry it over to the sink from time to time. And it just seemed like a whole thing.
I don't like this. I don't like that you're letting other people's problems get in the way of your, and more importantly, your wife Elizabeth's happiness.
Happiness.
Because quite honestly, I feel like most things get moldy if you leave them around all wet. And I think that that's an important thing that we just need to accept. And I think that we just need to get over it and move along. And I think you need to think about the present, think about, the ice, the wonderful ice this is going to create. It's so hot right now. What would you not give for a flowing, steady stream of nugget ice in your own household?
But the thing is, it would be sitting literally right next to where you get the ice out of the refrigerator. Now, granted, that's not nugget ice, and Elizabeth loves nugget ice.
If anything, the freezer is going to get moldy, and you're going to love it. You're going to want that freezer moldy because it means the nugget ice machine is getting the action it deserves. I also think that if this is going to be, have you talked to a professional about the installation, the drainage issue? Or you're just guessing?
No. I'm just kind of, I know the water line's possible, but I feel like the drain thing might be an issue. But maybe I should at least reach out to my guy, I guess.
If you have a guy, then no,
a plumber. You got a plumber, right?
I rent. We take who they send us. I did have an argument with a person who came to fix my washing machine today, but that's another podcast.
That's all. Anyways, I mean, the reason I bring it up is because it would be something, if I got it for her, that we could move to dreams that have come true. But I'll think about it. I feel like you're talking me into it.
I want this for you. I also want this for me. You move it over here, you're also going to have your dream come true of a new roommate. Me.
Well, dreams do come true. All right. Next week on the show, we have Ever Maynard is going to be on.
Yes.
We will keep you posted on what we're drinking next week on the socials. You know where to find us at TBashLive, Instagram. Where else? Everywhere.
TikTok,
Facebook. Twitter, Facebook, the whole deal. So you can find us there. And I think that brings us to tonight's special guest, JoJo. I think we're just going to get right into it. Are you ready, JoJo?
I was truly born ready for tonight.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, tonight's guest is a very talented actress that you have seen in Why Women Kill, Downward Dog, Emergence, Minx, Fargo, which I must say is one of my all-time favorite shows, and much, 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 much more. In addition to that, JoJo, This guest went to school in Waco, Texas, the birthplace of Dr. Pepper. No spoilers, but we're drinking Dr. Pepper. But you knew that.
Why would you be here otherwise?
This guest is a friend to cats. It seems very clear, and might like ducks. We'll explain that to them. We'll see if they like ducks, but I think they like cats. That's great. And last but not least, I am 100% positive that this guest drinks things. So what I'm going to do right now is bring up our guest. Please welcome to the show, Allison Tolman.
Hello.
Hello.
I do drink things. It's true.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, the perfect. You're in the right place.
I have a good friend with a pellet ice maker, by the way. I will get a personal review and let you know if she regrets the purchase.
That would be great. So my wife went to a party recently of a friend, and they had one, and they were like, "This is one of the best things I've ever purchased." So it was a pretty big sale. So if you send a text to your friend and just let me gauge, is it a 1 to 10 situation?
I'll find out for you. I know she likes that soft ice, so she had to have one.
All right, you're going to be the deciding factor. If it's a 7 or above, I'm going to do it.
I don't know why I never thought about it as soft ice, but of course it is. It's just
yeah. She's one of those people who likes to crunch ice, like crunches, and so her husband got her one of those so that she didn't fuck up her teeth. She was just like going to Coffee Bean and getting like large cups of ice because they've got that soft ice at Coffee Bean too.
Okay, she's gonna love this. There's not gonna be.
She's gonna love it.
But let me know because I do.
She's like, ugh. Disgusting, terrible purchase. I'll let you know.
Yeah, it became moldy a month later or something like that. I do need that real world. But I feel like people in the chat are pushing me over. I just need one other shove to get me over the hill.
All right.
Allison, this is how we start every show. Before we get into the beverages, we like to do something that's called the beverage profile to get to know you and your relationship with drinks.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go through like a typical day. You can pick the day. It can be your average day. It can be a day when you're on vacation, when you're on set, whatever you want to pick, but just a day. And we're going to start from the moment you wake up, what you're drinking, and we're going to ask you questions throughout the day of what you have. So give us a day. What time are you waking up?
I wake up twice because I have a cat. So I wake up when he wants to wake up, which is at like 6, and I feed him, and then I go back to sleep again.
And there's no beverage in that short window?
Maybe like a sip of water. I have like a big tumbler of water with a straw that I carry around with me. And maybe I'll have a sip of water at that 6 a.m.
And was that on your nightstand, or was that elsewhere near the cat food in the kitchen?
I'm far too nervous to keep a drink on my nightstand because I'm afraid, even though I've never been like, in my sleep, I would be too afraid I would one time and like ruin my cell phone, which I obviously keep on my nightstand because I'm a bad person. So yeah, no, it stays in my bathroom, the tumbler.
Do you compulsively go grab it like some people might grab for their phones? Do you like when you wake up to get the cat is like a, insect brain move to walk to the bathroom, get the tumbler of water and then go feed the cat?
Yeah. If I have that like, cottonmouth feeling where you're like, yeah.
And is the tumbler, is it the same tumbler usually? And is it a clear tumbler or is it, is it opaque?
I have more than one. I have, because I've had them that I've had like on set that then when that job is ended, it comes and lives in my cabinet. I have one that my sister made me that's like, has my name on it.
Yeah.
And then, so I just kind of rotate through them.
And they're all strawed up though. Do you like the straw?
They're all strawed up. It changed my life when I realized I did not want to drink out of glasses and I did not want to drink out of bottles. I wanted to drink out of giant tumblers with straws in them. And also I started keeping my water, my Brita on my counter instead of in my fridge. And I drink so much more water now because I like room temperature water.
There you go.
This is
so
game changer.
There's no ice in that tumbler then?
No.
Love it.
Do you have one of these tumblers handy by chance?
Do I have one handy? Yeah, hold on. Do you want me to go grab one?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's over where I was eating dinner. Just a second.
And I have a follow-up question about this.
On my back wall.
It looks good.
Music. Okay, this is my tumbler I'm drinking out of today.
Oh, yeah.
It's massive. It's as big as my head.
Oh, wow.
That's great.
Is.
That's maybe you got 28 to 32 ounces there. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I measured it once because I was trying to see if I drank enough water during the day. I don't know.
And are you going hard straw or a soft silicone straw?
This is a hard straw.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow,
Jojo, you had a follow-up question?
Oh yeah. So since we're talking about, just thought about it with the pebble ice maker and this cleaning involved. What's your cleaning regimen with the straws?
Isn't that a great question? I just throw these straws in the dishwasher, like in with the utensils, but I only drink water out of these tumblers as well. Like there's never any sugar or bubbles or anything in them ever.
I appreciate this permission
I probably
structure.
need to get the tiny little brushes. And
No. I think dishwasher, you're golden. You're golden.
You think?
Okay, so yeah, you're definitely golden.
Yeah. And I appreciate this permission structure you've given yourself, because it seems like you're more on my side of things where this goes, where Roro will wash his water bottles out like after every time he uses them. And I'm kind of like, but why not just let it ride? What's the matter? It's just water in there.
Let it ride.
Just
for
water
a while.
in there.
Yeah, but you let it ride too long, Jojo. Okay, so you go back to sleep, Allison.
Yes.
And then what time are you getting up in earnest, I guess, for the day?
If I'm not working, I'm getting up in earnest like around 8:30, maybe 9.
All right, so what happens?
And then I make a cup of coffee.
Nice. What are we talking?
I have a Keurig, and I have a little like the refillable pod thing, so I'm not
Sure.
totally destroying the universe. I'm sorry, not the universe, just the planet.
Yeah.
So yeah, I make a cup of coffee and I throw 1 sugar cube in there and a splash of oat milk, and I drink that.
Ooh, sugar cube. I love that.
It's just easier to measure.
Measured.
Yeah.
And I gave up on like sweeteners because I was like, I'm exhausted of worrying about diet foods. So I stopped and I went back to sugar cubes because they're
I think that's
calories, and I think it's fine.
Yeah, no, that's a great play. Are you do you have a go-to coffee that you like? Are you mixing it up? Or is it just whatever's in the
I have
house
a coffee like a grinder, but I hardly ever use it anymore because it was always like I had to grind, like I would be out of ground coffee in the morning, and I'd be like, oh no,
Yeah.
So I just use whatever is from the store. I can picture the bag in my head, but I couldn't even tell you what brand it is. I have no idea.
Love it. And oat milk, though, are you brand loyal in that department?
Yes, I'm a Planet Oat original creamy recipe.
Okay. Jojo, I believe that's the one that we had missing from our shootout.
It's come up since on the show. Other guests have mentioned they like the Planet Oat.
Yeah. But also that's just because that's where I stumbled, and I've never I'm not like, I taste tested all of them on another podcast about beverages. I decided that was the best one. It's just like what I bought one time, and then I kept buying it. Really.
Those lousy beverage boys.
Okay. Okay, so 8:30, you wake up, you make your cup of coffee. What's happened after that between then and lunchtime?
Between them and lunchtime, a lot of times I work out in the morning, and I bring my trusty tumbler with me and try to remember to hydrate. Yeah, that's really it. I think I might have another cup of coffee. I don't have caffeine except for when I'm doing a podcast after like 2:30.
Yeah.
I might have another cup of coffee somewhere in there. I might have 2 cups of coffee.
Got it. Okay, so then lunchtime rolls around. Take us from lunch to dinner time, sort of.
I will usually at lunch do something a little sweet. I usually have like decaf sweet tea that I've like brewed in my fridge, like with a spigot,
Yeah.
So I'll have that, or I have like little baby Coke Zeros.
Yes.
I'll have one of those. Or I love to like take some grapefruit juice and top it off with LaCroix.
Ooh, all 3 of these options sound fantastic.
Refreshing.
My little, fun. I get to have a fun treat in the middle of the day.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Now, we've spoken about this on the show. The mini cans is one of the best things that's happened in the beverage industry in the last 10 years. Mm-hmm. And now they're available in more and more flavors. It is such a treat where in America we keep going bigger, bigger, bigger. I don't know who had the idea for the mini cans, but obviously they're sticking around because people love them. They're fantastic.
I can remember getting one on a flight, like on a plane when I was a kid and being like, oh, look at this like keeping it and taking it home and being
It's so
like,
cute.
look at this tiny can.
I
Giving
do
it to
want
your
to
calico critters to hold and stuff like that.
I had several of them. I made them play with each other and get married. Like that.
I do want to.
What we gotta go.
Well, there's
the
no
the little
fight.
cans is we have talked about the little cans. What flavor LaCroix are you topping off
Ooh.
the grapefruit with in your dream world?
Whatever is around, but
Love it.
I'm really into passion fruit right now. I like
Oh,
peach pear is maybe my favorite.
I have not
And
had
then
that one
there's
yet.
this brand I discovered called Aha, and they have
Yes.
really good flavors. And I'm into peach and honey right now.
Oh, nice.
So
Now,
but yeah, people listen
Aha.
to LaCroix and they're like, oh, it's just like it's like a whisper of a fruit. But I'm like, that's why it is perfect to mix on top of something because it's not that
Yes.
strong a flavor. You can whatever you want.
Now, Allison, I do think you need to be careful with the Ahas because a lot of those I think have caffeine in them. I think that's
Yahas?
yes.
Yeah.
I think
All right, I'll
that's
double
their
check.
their play. They probably have ones that don't, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm worried that they don't, and it's aha. We have
Aha! Fooled you.
caffeine in our sparkling water.
Yes,
Um,
and I know this
weird-
segment isn't about me, but
True.
I took my child to see the Minions movie, and we got some Aha sparkling water because I don't let them drink soda out of the freestyle machine. And it wasn't until afterwards that I was like, wait, is this the kind that has the caffeine in it? And I don't know. I don't know if in the freestyle machine it does, but I do remember kind of grabbing a can of it one time at the store and being like, oh, no, wait, that's got caffeine, but I don't know if they all
Nice.
do.
I had no idea. Hold on, I gotta go grab a can. 1 second. Let's
Love
look.
this.
Oh
Love this.
boy, this might be a real. I'm pulling it up on my end.
What is it?
This might be a real.
My time.
The first
I
thing
just-
I see is talking about caffeine.
Oh, boy.
Peach and honey.
Oh no, I think they have both.
Sodium. It would have to say caffeinated somewhere like big, right?
I would think you want that. Yeah, because that's if you're gonna do it, it's your selling point. You don't want to.
That would be your selling point, you would think.
It's really interesting. They definitely have both. Or wait, I'm not sure if they have both. Oh no, they have both. There's Aha caffeine, and then there's regular Aha.
Okay, so I'm safe.
I think you are safe. They
All
have
right,
the
child
ones
on
with
the other
caffeine
hand, who
have
knows?
tea in them, Allison. Which
Oh, I see. See, that I would think was caffeinated. That's why I have caffeine-free sweet tea that I make.
I love it.
Okay.
And that's what I wanted to circle back to real
Yes.
quick was the sweet tea. What kind of decaf iced tea are you making?
Oh, just like, what's the big iced tea? Lipton's. Lipton's
Yeah,
has like
great.
decaf iced tea. And, I'm from the South, and so I like sweet tea.
Yeah.
And for that, I do use fake sugar. I use like a Splenda baking mix so that I'm not just like shooting sugar directly into my veins.
And why a Splenda baking mix? What's the
Because
baking
it comes in
mix
the
of it?
biggest container. It comes in like a pourable container instead of like the kind you like
Packets.
spoon into your coffee.
Gotcha,
It has like
gotcha.
a little spout.
Oh, cool. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fun.
Okay.
So you have a formula down for that. You have ratios and stuff. You just know
Oh
what
yeah.
you're doing.
Yes. I could patent it. No, I haven't. No, I just make it up as each time. I'm like, how many tea bags do we usually use? 6, 8? I don't know. How long do I leave it for? I don't know. Till it's brown. And then I'm like, how much sugar this time? I don't know. So every time is different. It's different. It's
And
a
do you add a little
surprise.
lemon or anything, or you just pour it and go for it?
No, I just like pour it straight into a cup and have that.
Amazing. Ice
When
or
it's
no
brown,
ice?
drink it down.
No ice. Well, because it's in the fridge, so it's cold from the fridge.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay,
usually
love it.
do ice and things unless it's like a cocktail that calls for ice. And even then, sometimes I'll chill the glass and not use ice.
Got it.
I'm not anti-ice. I'm just like, I don't need it.
You don't need it. You don't need these extra
No.
stuff.
Do not buy Allison the Pebble ice maker for her birthday.
No.
You'd be very upset.
I'm also renting. I can't do anything with that. So
Yeah,
nothing
yeah.
can be done with that in my house.
Okay, so take us up to dinner time. Is there anything in between?
Well, I'm certainly carrying around my giant tumbler of water and trying to remind myself to drink from it.
Yeah.
I'm on this like supplement course right now that my traditional Chinese medicine doctor put me on. And one of the things it's all pills, like 1,000,000 pills, except one of the things is this chocolate powder that I have to drink in a cup of water every day. And I usually do that in the afternoon. And I just stand over the sink and do it because I hate it so much.
How much water and how chocolatey? What is
it's
it? Cold
unsweetened,
water,
of
hot
course.
water? Tell us about this thing?
Out of my Brita, so room temp water.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it says how much to do, but I never measured it. I'm not big on measuring. I just take like a regular size glass and fill it up like 2/3 of the way and like stir it in and then just like gulp it down as fast as I can, then go blech and leave it in the sink.
Wow. Do you feel anything from this drink like right after doing it? Or is this like you'll feel the effects later kind of? It's not like an instant like, ooh, I feel buzzed, or I don't know what it's for, but you know what I mean?
No, I don't feel anything. It's all like I'm just trying to like even out my blood work. So
Yeah.
I feel no effects of anything that I'm taking. But when he looks at my blood work, he's like, hey, your iron is up, your inflammation is down, blah, blah, blah. And I'm terrific.
Nice.
Well, that sounds good.
But I don't feel anything different. He keeps telling me that the next step is that I'll feel different. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
To be determined.
Yeah, you need that next step.
Yeah, you do.
Sooner than later, right?
You're coming back. Otherwise, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go dinner time, and après dinner.
Dinner time, probably more water. Yeah, I drink a lot of water.
Feels like you're staying hydrated.
I try to stay hydrated, especially when it's so hot right now. Yeah, and I also try to because I don't drink during the week anymore, and so I only drink alcohol on the weekends, not during the week, unless it's like a special occasion, you know. And so my sweet tea or my Coke Zero is my special occasion.
Yeah,
I drink a lot of water, and then I've recently have been introduced to this. They should pay me. I'm like their spokesperson to this non-alcoholic beer brand called Athletic Brewing Company.
Oh yeah,
we tried their IPA.
Yeah. Oh my God, they're so. I don't even like IPAs. So I keep those in my fridge now, and I usually drink one of those in the evening after dinner, like while I'm watching TV or something.
Do you have a favorite? Have you tried a bunch of theirs? Because we only tried the one. And do you have a favorite?
I do. I like the Golden Road a lot. It's like a golden ale.
Okay, cool.
Both of the IPAs are great too. The Cerveza is fine. There's one that's like low calorie, which is crazy because they're already like low calorie.
Yeah.
It's like the low calorie one's like 15 and a regular one is like 50, which is nothing. So I think that's all I've tried because I don't really like stouts, but I also don't really like IPAs, and I like their IPAs, so I should probably try their stout.
Yeah,
I'm not get them everywhere, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not a big IPA guy, and we did a non-alcoholic IPA shootout, and I was surprised that most of them I felt were kind of palatable. I remember I thought the Athletic beer can was really cool. That's what sticks out in my mind is I like the branding. I don't remember the taste.
I think we're just making a lot of strides in that arena right now. Because I feel I remember non-alcoholic beer just being kind of salty and weird.
Yeah.
But now they've figured out a better formula, and they're starting to carry it more places. You can just get it when you're out at dinner, which for someone who, either people who are sober, either just because they're pursuing sobriety, or just because they are into sober culture, which is getting to be more and more a thing, or people like me who just have curbed their drinking and don't drink during certain times. It's still nice to be able to have a fun beverage when you're out, you know?
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, totally.
So,
I love that. Okay, so take us through the end of the night then. So is that kind of it? Or
that's usually it. If it's the weekend and I'm drinking, I will almost always end my weekend with some bourbon. That's my go-to. And I used to at the beginning of the pandemic, I was really into cocktails, and I was making a lot of cocktails.
Yeah.
But that's sort of petered out.
Yeah.
Just give me the bottle.
Put it over a couple ice cubes and drink it that way.
Do you have a favorite?
I keep Bullet around pretty regularly, or Angel's Envy. I feel like they're so drinkable and smooth. My favorite Scotch is Ardbeg 10-year.
Yeah.
And Campfire whiskey from High West is also very good if you've never had it. It's so smoky, and I really like a smoky like Scotch or whiskey. So those are my picks.
Amazing.
Delightful.
Yeah.
All
Guys,
right.
I didn't realize I had so many beverage opinions, but I do.
Well, no, see, that's the
That's the name
beauty
of the
of
game.
this. And we get to watch our guests go on the journey in the beginning because a lot of people start with water and it's just water. And then by the end of it, you're like, you didn't realize you had such an amazing beverage profile, did you?
And I have strong opinions about water, as it turns out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah, those are the things I drink mostly during the day. Sometimes I'll make like a latte for myself at home, like a chai tea oat latte as a
Nice.
Dang. Is that all happening in the
Afternoon.
Keurig, or is that something, is that get other
that
equipment
that
involved?
happens. I just have a jar that I put oat milk in and I microwave it and then I close it and I shake it up real hard
Ooh.
and pour it over the top of some tea. And guys, that's really all a latte is. Turns out you don't need a milk frother. So
Just shake that shit.
just shake it real hard. Yeah.
Well, gang, let's get to
Beautiful.
the main event of the night.
we're here.
So, Allison, we found out, went to school, the birthplace of Dr. Pepper. It felt like a no-brainer to go down the road we're going to go down. So this is what I'm going to ask of both of you guys. Let's pull the beverages out, and then I think after we do that, there's one thing. Let's pull them out first real quick.
Okay.
Oh, you got yours right there.
I got him.
We have two decisions I need you guys, your help with.
Okay.
Now, one of these things, I covered up. Here I can show. Let me screen share. Now, I don't have. I kind of cropped this screen share so we're not seeing the top because there are like different bottle cap colors and whatnot. So one thing I thought that maybe we should do is just like maybe open all of these and just put the bottle caps aside so we don't have to worry about that and we'll kind of forget about that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because I feel like the bottle caps might have some hints for us, and I don't want any hints. I want to do this as blind as possible.
love
And then
that
the other decision I feel like we need to make is obviously we have 3, Dr. Pepper branded plastic bottles in here.
Right.
We could do those 3 as like a mini flight and then do the 3 glass bottles as a mini flight, or we can kind of mix it all up. I'm open to either. Do you guys have any strong opinions on either of those ways?
I mean, I think a mini flight seems more like a more faithful blind test.
I agree.
Just going by feel. And I'm going to try to I'm going to do this like I watch M. Night Shyamalan movies where you're like, I could figure it out, but I'm not gonna. Like, I want to be surprised.
Yes.
So, I'm not going to try to figure out what's what. But I do think mixing up the bottle types would be helpful in that arena.
Okay, wait. So are we doing 3 by 3 or are we doing all 6?
3 by 3.
No, sorry. I think we should do 3 by 3. That's what
Okay,
I meant.
cool.
Sorry.
Now, if we're doing 3 by 3, I see an advantage of going either way, and I'll tell you what I'm thinking. One is if we start with plastic bottles, I'm pretty confident we'll be able to deduce what the original Dr. Pepper one is, right? Versus the 0 sugar and diet one. Might be wrong. Who knows?
Definitely.
Then when we go to the glass, is that going to give us too big of a hint of which one is the real Dr. Pepper in there? As I talk out loud, I'm like, maybe we do the glass ones first.
We should do the glass first because then also our brains will be so scrambled that when we get into the plastic, we'll have fooled our own selves.
Okay.
All right.
So I want to crack bottle tops.
Okay.
Chuck them, toss them, do whatever you need.
Just don't look
had,
at
a real feminist fear that I was gonna not be able to open one of these, and I live by myself with my cat, and I was gonna not be able to do it, and I was gonna be like, "There's no man here to open this for me."
I feel like I'm trying to get them into a garbage can, but I feel like I just need to toss. Should we open up the? I guess we don't really need to open the plastic ones yet, then, do we?
No, I don't
No.
need
Okay,
I
let's
just
wait
did
on
the
that for a
first
second.
one.
That's fine.
All right, I'm going to kind of like spin these around, confuse myself a little bit of these glass
Because you kind of
boys.
know what's what.
Yeah, so let me start with what we're drinking, gang. So, glass bottles, we're doing a Dr. Pepper with real sugar. We're doing a Dr. Wells. And we're doing a Dublin 1891 Red Cola. Now, the Dublin 1891 Red Cola, if I can give you guys a little history, when Dr. Pepper was debuted in Waco, Texas in 1885, and
One year
Dublin,
before Coca-Cola was invented, by the way.
you are so correct.
We won. Sorry, am I ruining your presentation?
No. No. Chime in at any point in time because you are have it in your DNA. You are an expert on this.
I do. It's in there.
So the Dublin was it started becoming kind of popular, and I want to say like about 10 years after its debut, Dublin came in and was the first bottling company that started bottling it. Also in Waco, Texas, it looks like. And they bottled it for years and years and years and years. And then around, I think it's like 2010 or 2012, there was a bit of a shitstorm with Big Dr. Pepper versus them because they were one of the last holdouts using real sugar. And apparently there's a whole documentary about this that I'm going to find the name for in a minute. Long story short, they kind of lost the battle and they were no longer able to use Dr. Pepper branding anymore. Hence, now we have a Dublin 1891 Red Cola in front of us. But
So
this
that's
is
the most faithful, like original recipe. Then is that what they're saying?
This should be as close to the recipe that was being bottled there for, I mean, gosh, over 100 years. And when I got these at the soda shop, they were like, that's the original one. Like, that's the one. They just can't call it that anymore.
Wow. I may be wrong about this, but I think the Dr. Pepper Real Sugar, as it's now called, like that bottle and design up until whatever year you're talking about was the Dublin's Dr. Pepper logo. Like if you could buy it in the grocery store, but it was this one. And so they really just like took it over knowing that like you've got people faithful to it. I could be wrong about that, but that's my memory of it. But it's so interesting that's kind of like there's a lot of that in bourbon, like this Dublin 1891 thing. Like, oh, this person who was the master distiller at this place who then started their own thing. Dublin 1891 being the real deal is exciting.
That's like a shocking scandal, I feel
It
like.
is.
I need to look into further.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, please go.
I was going to say, so the original bottling plant in Waco is now the Dr. Pepper Museum, which has been there for a minute. And I have some friends who live in Waco who now like run the gift shop there.
Whoa.
I'm going to ask them what they know about this, the inside scoop on this scandal. Because like Dr. Pepper is still very much part of culture in Waco. And like Baylor has Dr. Pepper Hour every week where you can go get a Dr. Pepper float. It's like a thing. So I want to know what the hometown scoop is on this feud.
Yeah. And tell us about
McCoy's beverage feud.
Tell us about the Dr. Pepper float.
Is this just a root beer float with Dr. Pepper?
It's a root beer float with, well, I think that it's like the official recipe is like that you're supposed to like stir it up and then you mix it up in like one thing and then you pour it into a cup. So it's not just like you pour the Dr. Pepper over the ice cream, but that you kind of like give it a little so it gets kind of frothy, you know?
Yeah.
I might probably have not had a Dr. Pepper float since like maybe Welcome Week my freshman year. I did not go to Dr. Pepper Hour over in the Student Union building.
What kind of kids were at the Dr. Pepper
let's talk
Hour,
about them
more
for a
importantly?
I don't know, because it couldn't have been Welcome Week all the time. I truly don't know. I don't know who was there. I don't know.
So there was no stigma on those kids? You really have no idea.
I have no idea. I was
They
so
were
isolated in
unseen.
the theater building. No, I have no idea.
They couldn't even get into the theater building if they
Yeah,
tried.
we were like, beat it, nerds. And they were like, us? We're the nerds.
Huh?
Go fuck yourself.
Hey, our people.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so all right, so that's a
Bottled
little
Up. The Battle Over Dublin Dr. Pepper is the name of the documentary. Yes. We had listeners send it to us. We have refused to watch it. I don't know why. But it is a documentary that exists.
Somebody said they refused to watch it.
We did, I guess. I still haven't seen it, but people have been sending it to us for years.
Oh, I see. Oh,
maybe
yeah.
we'll do a watch party of that sometime. That might be fun. Okay, so the other one that we got in here is we have Dr. Wells. Dr. Wells is also a pepper-style carbonated soft drink manufactured by Dad's Root Beer Company. Interesting. And they're an Indiana play. And this was introduced in 1935. So they're a little later to the game, but around longer than I thought. I thought this was just more of a more recent kind of, boutique kind of soda thing. But they've been around since 1935. And then we have the Dr. Pepper Real Sugar. And that is, I read one place that was something that was reintroduced about 10 years ago. And probably around that time of all this Dublin, the Dublin controversy, I guess. Maybe.
Isn't that too, isn't that what Mexican Coke is? Is just Coke with real sugar cane?
Correct.
That's right.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So, is that racist? Why do we call it Mexican Coke?
Well,
I
it
don't
is
know.
from Mexico.
Yeah, it's
They-
from,
it
they
is.
bottle it
they,
there.
they're still making it there.
I got nervous.
It's fair. It's fair to be nervous. Most things, it turns out the answer is something terrible.
Yes. Oh no. Yeah. Okay. Great.
So
Whew.
let's stop there a little bit with our history, and then maybe before we crack into the plastic ones, I want to do just a little bit more general Dr. Pepper history.
Let's do it.
But let's get into these. All right, let's see what letters we have here. K and a P and an
There's letters
N.
on these. Wait,
Yeah, there's
hold
some
on.
letters on there.
Where?
Is there green tape on yours?
Yes.
Okay, great.
I was so dutiful. I got this from you. I put it in my fridge. You were like, don't drink it ahead of time like some people have. I said, absolutely not. I haven't even looked at these. All
Okay.
right.
K, N, or P. And Allison, I put random letters so I forget. I'm just
Okay,
trying
good.
to constantly confuse
Did
myself.
I just give you a heart attack like you thought you might have forgot to put letters
Yeah.
on mine? I'm so sorry.
Absolutely.
I just was genuinely surprised. What? This is so organized. Okay.
What did we think? Which one did we start? Anyone speaking to anyone? Jojo, why don't you pick the first one? What's speaking to you?
I gotta say, letter P is looking kind of red inside the bottle, and that is.
Oh, we're allowed to
me.
look. We're allowed to M Night it. Okay.
I
Wait,
think
we can
so.
compare these and hold them up to my. Those are so similar.
Yeah, they really.
they really are.
Maybe it's just the one that was catching the light. It was, I think, the furthest away from me.
Okay, so P is what we're
but
trying
P-
first.
Yeah, let's
P,
take P.
we're
So
trying P
take a
first.
smell, take a sip, however you want to do.
Wow.
Ooh, it
Like a little Dr.
smells.
Pepper sommelier.
fan- It smells almost like a cream soda to me. But with something else on it.
Fuck, it's so good, dude.
That really is.
Guys, I just realized I can't just close these up and have them tomorrow. This is so sad.
This is
This is dark.
fantastic.
It's a fleeting moment. It's like a metaphor for life.
Okay. You know what this kind of reminds me of? Have you guys ever had Big Red?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I get some Big Red vibes from this. But
Yeah.
it definitely does have ooh, I'm getting my lips are tingling.
Ooh, maybe that's an allergy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I might
allergic.
have I just break out.
Oh, no. Yeah, I wish now that we had Big Red to taste next to it, because it does have I have vague echoes of Big Red from my childhood, you know?
Yes. It's not hitting in my brain quite like a Dr. Pepper is, but it tastes really fucking delicious.
Yeah.
It's good. It's really
I
good.
love this is my Achilles heel soda. I love a Dr. Pepper is my A number one. And
Really?
but I drink them so rarely. But then certainly followed close behind by a cherry or a vanilla Coke. I'll get into that too. And they're because they all they occupy a similar space, but Dr. Pepper is the most special.
There
So
is the Dr. Pepper-ness of it, I feel on the back end of this. Like right when it hits my mouth, I get big red cream soda vibes. But then after I pull away, I'm like, oh no, I do. There is a thread there to Dr. Pepper.
Mm-hmm.
I really like this, whatever this is.
Oh yeah, very enjoyable. How's it for you, Allison?
It's good. It's really good. I feel like for a soda, it could be sweeter. We could get a little bit more like when you drink like really sweet soda, like when you drink a Mexican Coke and you're like, yowza, that is real sugar. I'm interested to see if that one stands out compared to
bubble
everything.
factor on this is also a little low, I would say, for a soda. It's a little smoother than I would like. I wish there was a little bit more bite in my mouth with the bubbles.
Yeah.
But if these were in my fridge, they're not lasting that long in my fridge. If these were just living in my fridge, really enjoy that one. All right.
Randy in the chat saying Dr. Pepper is my wife's bev of choice. We're about 90 minutes from Waco, but haven't been to the museum yet. Someday. Yeah. How about
Waco.
Saturday?
Yeah.
Get there.
Let's go. Allison, you pick the next one. K or N?
N. I want to mix up the bottle types here.
Oh yeah, this is in a shorter bottle for those at home.
Okay.
Smells delicious.
Does it have a? No, I guess it's just like the bottle.
I'm going back.
Sweating a
and forth on
little
smell.
bit. It looked like it had a little texture to it. Anyway,
Oh yeah.
I'm not getting much
That's
smell.
bubbles. That's bubblies in there. That's good bubbles.
There you go. Yep. Oh,
Dang. Ooh. Oh.
this is going to be really hard for me because initially I'm like, ooh, I think I know what this one is, but
Yeah, man.
Oh man.
there's an
I want to stay
aftertaste.
up all night and drink these.
What are the three we're doing right now? There's the 91.
We got the Dr. Pepper Real Sugar, a Dr. Wells, and the Dublin 1891 Red Cola.
Okay. All right.
Let's pull those away.
Interesting.
What lawsuit language did loophole shit did they have to jump through to come up with Dublin 1891 Red Cola?
And what's funny, on their website,
Bad
when you
name all around.
when you go to that page for that one, no mention of Dr. Pepper at all. On their about page about the Dublin bottling plant, they talk about Dr. Pepper, but none of the individual ones. Like, it doesn't mention it at all. They must have. I think
They
it
must
was.
have
We got to
scrubbed
watch
it.
the documentary. I
gotta
guess
watch
before
that
we
doc.
speak
It's
more.
sad. Like, I feel like there's like a Romeo and Juliet, star-crossed lover situation
Yeah.
in the middle of, like, in the heart of this.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm just gonna write that. Never
Oh
mind.
my God.
Forget it. Forget
Nothing.
I said anything.
Didn't
Forget I said
happen.
anything. I'm writing it.
Who was caught in the crosshairs of that?
So can I go back and forth now that I've tasted the two?
Yeah. Definitely go back and forth, and then
Go
after we
forward.
after we do the third two, we'll really circle back around. I do. This is. I'm gonna say it more Dr. Peppery to me. As Allison mentioned, you got the bubbles are more forward on this one. But I know we're not guessing which ones are which yet, and I don't really want to do that. But I want to say I'm a little confused, though. This isn't as easy as I think it's going to be. I don't know. Maybe the third one will be
feel
like,
my
make it
heart
super easy.
knows, but the third one's gonna unlock everything. I think.
Right,
So.
right.
He said a mouthful.
Nervous, excited. I have a lot of feelings.
Are we doing this third one?
Yeah, let's go to third, and then we'll circle back a little bit on these. Okay, so last but not least is K.
Smells great.
Smells really nice.
The Dr. Pepper smell is really flying off of this one.
Wow.
I want to say like K and P have a bigger smell than N, the middle one.
Yes.
Number
Shit.
2. What the hell is this one?
Goodness gracious. Okay. I don't know what to think.
Oh man.
This really.
It's really
Okay,
threw
let me ask
for
you
a
this:
loop.
is this one in between the first two, or is the first one in between
Oh my God.
the other two? That's going to be a head scramble for our podcast listeners. But does that make any sense?
No, I feel like P, the first one, is like all the way at one end of the spectrum.
You do.
Yes.
Okay. So then K to me sort of does bridge the gap between them in a weird way.
Yeah.
Because there is the cream soda-iness a little bit on it, Or is that because it doesn't have as many bubbles as the middle one?
Gosh, I wonder. Yeah, if you let the middle one sit out on its own for like an hour, would it taste exactly like K?
Wow.
There's
Holy
also
cow.
I'm gonna cleanse my palate here. Good thing I got my tumbler.
Christopher in the chat said DP gives me the most burps per capita of any soda, and I am feeling that right now.
Good use of per capita. I like that.
Agreed. Per capita.
I want to say the third one feels the
that's
most
so
sugar
stupid.
to it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I'm really having a hard time because I thought that the middle one was the sugary, was like real sugar. Like, but now I just don't know. Burps.
Gosh. So many
Oh
burps.
God, I really going back to that middle one, it's nice.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like I have this. I've got this. I feel very confident now, and these all taste good to me. Though I want to say there's no losers in this batch.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm just gonna jot some stuff down. We should do our guesses on these now, right?
I feel like I know.
need
I
to.
feel like I know what my guesses are.
Okay, hold on. Let me write down.
But we'll wait to the end to reveal. Is that what we're proposing? Because are we trying to factor plastic bottle Dr. Pepper into this mix at the end, or is that just for our own?
It's interesting because will that? Yeah, maybe we'll reveal at the very end, but I'll write down what everyone thinks
Okay, great.
each of them are, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and I also want to first let's rate them. Allison, what was your favorite of these?
I think K was my favorite,
Okay, K was your favorite, and then after that?
and then N, and then P.
Okay. Jojo, what about you? What's your order?
Exactly the same. I think N had too many bubbles for me, though I like the taste. K had the best, was the Goldilocks. And P, while very tasty, is its own deal. Allison's right. It's on its own end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Cream soda town.
Yeah,
I love being right.
I'm gonna put P as my favorite. It was my favorite. I really like it.
That makes sense for you.
And then I'm gonna go N, and then I'm gonna go K.
You're opposites.
Yeah, I flipped the P and
Wow.
the K. So
flipped it on
Allison,
them.
what do you think K is?
I think K is Dublin 91.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what my heart is telling me. Oh my God, I just realized how sad I'll be if I get all these wrong. Oh my God, because of my
no.
history.
You might
Don't
not be
be
able
sad.
to go
You're
back to
People.
Texas.
Look, we
I
can
know,
delete
They
this.
just run me out of town on a rail.
Jojo, do you think the same thing? K?
Absolutely. I think Allison's going to go 3 for 3. I'm feeling so confident about this.
Okay. N. What do you think N is, Allison?
I think N is the Dr. Pepper with the sugar.
Yes.
Okay, and so P, that lives P as Dr. Wells, right?
Dr. Wells.
100%. Don't you
Is
think?
Dr. Wells over here on the side?
Don't you think Dad's root beer is
you,
way
Dr.
more
Wells.
interested? Yeah,
Oh,
that doc is
shit,
so
the
much more
Dad's
interested
root
in
beer of it
cream
all.
soda. They don't give a shit about Dr. Pepper.
Ooh.
They're just trying to have another offering out there. That's all.
So Jojo, are you going the exact same play?
Oh yeah, no, Allison is correct.
All right, I gotta switch it up just because I'm gonna regret this. But the nail in the coffin might have just been what you said, the Dad's root beer of it all and the cream soda-iness of that one. But with my big red instincts on P, I'm gonna say that P is the Dublin. Okay, that's my
Right.
guess.
Can you imagine? What if it turns out this documentary about the battle of it is just them being like, your soda doesn't even taste like Dr. Pepper. You can't keep calling it Dr. Pepper for an hour and a half.
N, I'm going Dr. Pepper, and K, I'll go Dr. Wells. Okay, I got all this written down. Should we? So we won't reveal yet, Jojo. We'll wait till after the other three.
I think that's, I guess, yeah, let's do that. Right?
I have no strong feelings.
Well, wait. No, because we know that all of these other three are Dr. Pepper.
Okay, we don't
Let's
care
reveal
about
now because
where-
I feel like it'll be too
Okay,
confusing
you're
for
right. We
for
don't
people.
care about where plastic bottle original recipe Dr. Pepper factors into these three. Yeah, let's
Right,
all
and we'll shoot them out. Yeah. Are you guys ready then?
I think so.
All right, let me find my little note here. The key to all of this.
Gosh, what do we want?
We like follow you to a safe and you like unlock it to find your
Elizabeth
notes
has
that
to
you
unlock
made.
the other
Exactly.
key.
You guys have to synchronize to find the legend for the week. The blind taste test.
Okay, wait. Okay. Are you ready?
Someone comes here and puts a bag over Andy's head.
Okay, Dublin, 1891 red cola is, drum roll, K. You guys both got it.
Boom.
Yes.
Okay. Dr. Wells is, drum roll, P. You nailed it.
This is
That leaves Dr. Pepper Real Sugar for N. Okay. Well done, you guys.
yes.
I need to circle back on the Dublin real quick.
Can I give one other? I feel like one other kind of hint or something else that tipped me with the N being Dr. Pepper. Something I feel like that only this show could have taught me is that the mega brand names tend to go easy on smells, and weirdly the tastes, as specific as they are, maybe aren't as intense as like their indie competitors.
I feel that.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear that car alarm?
Yeah.
All right, great. Okay. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that they have their things so down that it's just like you'll get it when you taste it, but it's not gonna stink up the joint and that kind of thing.
It also sort of reminds me of like your classic Coke versus Pepsi situation.
That's
where
exactly what I'm talking
where
about.
Pepsi is on first drink, you give it to a kid, they're like, I like that one better because it is more flashy and a little more sugar. But then as you sink into them, the Coke is more drinkable over long term, which I definitely felt with the Dr. Pepper one. When I came back to it, I was like, ooh, I really like this. Like, it does seem the most, probably the least amount of sugar and least flashy of the bunch.
Huh.
All that being
It's
said,
still fucking delicious.
yeah, all that being said, all three of these are fantastic, and especially because we've had so many disgusting things on the show lately, Jojo. This is a pure delight.
It's just a pleasure.
All very tasty.
Okay, let's get into part two then.
All right,
Let's
uncap these
ditch
guys.
all of these caps.
Okay.
Do you guys remember? Wasn't Dr. Pepper's like advertising thing for a while in like the 80s or 90s? Like 23 flavors. Do you remember that?
Oh yes.
You remember that?
Yes.
I don't.
What's
yeah.
that about?
While
Really
you guys do some
effective on
caps,
me.
let me give a little just brief Dr. Pepper history. Let me pull this up. Okay. Dr. Pepper was formulated by a Brooklyn-born pharmacist in Morrison's Old Corner Drugstore in Waco, Texas. To test his new drink, he first offered it to store owner Wade Morrison, who also found it to his liking.
It's the most old-timey explanation of something is good.
Early advertisements for the soft drink made medical claims stating that it aids digestion and restores vim, vigor, and vitality. Later, those were scrapped. Similar to Coca-Cola, the formula for Dr. Pepper is a huge secret. It is rumored that half of the recipe is in one vault somewhere and the other half is in a different vault, which is very fun. There was a long rumor that started in the 30s that there's prune juice was one of the ingredients, but even on Dr. Pepper's website in the FAQ, they say that prune juice is not part of the magic. So that really does seem to be a rumor. And then interestingly enough, you know, we've talked about the battle between Dr. Pepper and Dublin. Dr. Pepper has been in the midst of a bunch of legal things throughout the years. Let me read this because this is kind of interesting. In 1951, Dr. Pepper sued the Coca-Cola Company, asserting that nickel colas were sold below cost and were a restraint of trade. Oh wait, this might be a little bit too far into the weeds. But basically, throughout the years, Dr. Pepper has been in some big, like, Federal Trade Commission type things where, you know, Coca-Cola has tried to buy them. Then the 7-Up company tried to buy them. And they've just played, like, an important role in, like, antitrust cases, which is just kind of interesting.
I like these guys.
I'm kind of fascinated by like the historical, like the notion, like, you know, a pharmacist invented this because that used to be like where the soda shops were. Yeah. And I'm like so fascinated by the idea of like what we now like clearly know are like is like junk food. That being like touted as a like giving you vim and vigor is like so fascinating to me, and so like like what a weird time in history when we were like food is medicine, but also it's like the shittiest food. Like there's a restaurant in Waco called Health Camp that's just a fast food restaurant, but it's like it's called Health Camp, like apropos of nothing, and it feels like a relic of the same time where it's just like come get some healthy, you know, like just whatever bullshit buzzwords they put on things. Like,
and what's even crazier about that is like what. So it's almost like all these were kind of built on bullshit, if you will, sort of, right? Yet over 100 years later, you have Dr. Pepper and Coca-Cola institutions. Like they have flourished in a way that is insane, and yet the origin story is kind of ridiculous, as you're saying.
Yeah, I just think it has more to do with the time, like the packaging of products as whatever like the hot thing was. Like you don't just have to drink water, and kids don't just have to drink milk. Did you know there's a fun new zippy thing? You know what I mean? And like now we package everything as like clean food or diet food or whatever. And in 100 years, we'll look at that and be like, that was such bullshit. But look who had staying powder, Snackwell's cookies. You know what I mean? It's just like marketing bullshit, you know?
Yeah, no, but like will cauliflower rice be the Olestra of the 2020s?
If it's good, it'll stick around. But like the way that they market, I mean, what people would buy into and what we buy into now that we'll look back on in 30 years and be like, what the fuck, is absolutely fascinating to me.
But it's wild, the evolution too, and that really makes me wonder what do we have now that 100 years from now people will still be championing, right?
Right. So like Beyond Burger or whatever is going to be one of those things. It's going to be one or the other, right? It's either going to be all we eat in 30 years, or it's going to be like, oh, you should not have been eating.
Yeah. Or even something like Red Bull, right? Like,
oh boy, yes.
Red Bull gives you wings, and like it'd be crazy what the evolution of a company like that 100 years from now could be, you know, and what we know about Guarine 100 years from now, or whatever the main thing is.
All of it is it's just so fascinating.
It is also really funny. Like this was invented in a time before there was like surgery, you know? So like the idea that this was sold as medicine, because it was probably more, its effects were more obvious than like, you should have some vitamin C every day or something, you know, because it's like, you drink this, you'll feel pretty good for like 20 minutes. You just have a little caffeine, it's got a zip, it makes you feel all right, it's got a shit ton of sugar, you're going to be flying off the rails. But where if
it turns out life is pretty fucking boring, but if you drink one of these a day, you've introduced any new thing into your routine. That's it.
That's right. This is your one.
That's it.
One for the decade. That's all you get.
It's like, it's a bummer.
It's absolutely crazy. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so we've got R, D, and J. Allison, you take the pick. What do you think we should start with?
Let's start with R.
And then just so we remind our listeners what we're doing, we've got Dr. Pepper, we got Diet Dr. Pepper, and we got Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar. We're doing R?
Yes.
Okay. Smells fantastic.
This one has like a toy smell, like a
I know I get a little plasticky smell from it.
yeah,
Yeah.
like,
That might be the bottle.
like the
yeah.
right kind of He-Man toy. You know what have like this one?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
That's got to be diet. That's got to be diet.
Let's talk Diet Dr. Pepper for a second. A lot of people will claim it's one of the best tasting diet sodas out in the game.
What is your favorite kick in the head?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Diet soda sucks. I think it's just like you can taste the holes where the like good stuff is gone. I hate diet soda. I was never like a diet Coke queen. Fucking hate it. Hate it. Invention of like Coke Zero and like Zero whatever is awesome.
Yeah.
But like diet sodas,
Yeah.
I don't understand people who still drink diet sodas now that there are zero sodas. I'm just like, are you okay? Like, why?
I agree.
People have that
Dr.
like
Pepper army is the Diet Coke
like,
army.
Yeah,
is
the
veins.
Diet
come
Coke
for you,
army.
but
Yeah, people love that
Yeah.
Diet Coke. There's something else in that Diet Coke. It's like crack
There's
for
something
people.
that is like pulling them back in, you know?
that is true.
This has the it's clearly one of the diets or the zeros.
It might
And
be
it has
zero.
Yeah,
It's the
I
aftertaste.
fear it's the zero. You know,
I
but
fear
it
it's
does
the
have
zero
that.
too, because I had never had I was like, when you sent out the stuff for this, Andy, I was like, there's Dr. Pepper Zero. I didn't even know that. And so now I'm really worried that's the zero. We got to keep going. I got to know if it's
All right, what
the
are we
zero.
doing? What's this?
Jojo, you pick.
Okay, I gotta go Jay then.
Okay, J for Jojo.
Jay is next. Okay.
This has
This smells great. These both smell.
it's a
very
different
pleasant.
smell, right?
It is.
I gotta have some water.
Oh my God! Do you know what this smells like? So
Hmm.
I can't say that they're wrong. I was so obsessed with Dr. Pepper in like the 8th grade. I found like the Dr. Pepper lip smackers. I used to just carry that around, and slap that on my
that.
face all day and night.
See, now I'm just like, that's pretty good. But man, I hope D is like the best one ever. And this is the zero. I just don't know.
Oh
yeah, if this was the zero, we'd all be pretty hyped on that.
Oh, I would
If
be
it
so
is-
happy.
I fear it's reg.
I'm so glad you picked this one second, Josh. This is
wow. That was
I'm
really
so
interesting.
Nervous.
These going with these bottles first. That sugar is
Hmm.
yeah. Well,
You're not
I'm
kidding.
so excited to circle back to the Dr. Pepper real sugar in the glass bottle, but not until we've locked in our guesses on these.
yes.
Okay, should we go
Uh-oh.
D? Last one up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just sound so defeated. Yeah.
This one has a different.
Yeah.
This one has a more chemically weird smell
yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
I'm not hyped on this smell. Oh wait, Allison, what was that reaction?
I don't think that's so different than Jay that I'm upset.
No.
Oh shit!
Shit ton of bubbles in that. That was my reaction.
Yes, it was very bubbly. Wouldn't that be interesting if they put extra bubbles in the zero sugar to like distract from the fact that it's zero?
Yeah, it'd be
That
fucking
would
brilliant.
Be a sneaky thing to do. It would be so brilliant. I don't know why they didn't put 3 times as many bubbles in a fucking diet then, because diets are terrible.
Dude.
Wait,
Okay.
this is gonna fuck us up, guys. I think.
Yep.
I love
I
this.
think we are getting.
Okay.
Holy shit! Hold on, I'm actually legitimately confused.
I'm so excited that I'm confused. This is such great news.
Okay, I'm going back to Jay.
Truly.
Everybody, go back to Jay.
Just did.
I just did. Way ahead of you, my
You can't stop me. Oh, we're on that train. What?
Jay and D are almost identical to me.
Right now, I think Jay feels a little sweeter, right? So my initial brain wants to be like, that's the Dr. Pepper, but could that be the zero fucking with you and they're like sweetening that one up a little bit more with their fake
Yes.
science bullshit?
Yeah, I
Right.
think that I find sweeteners are sweeter. Like
That's right.
there's like a
Oh my-
chemical sweetness to a.
Like
Sweetener.
Splenda especially, which I find pretty good as far as the fake sugars are concerned. Well, it's made from sugar, whatever, but like the little packet, excuse me, it has like a tiny like cocaine amount of Splenda in it. And then a sugar packet of the same kind of sweetness quotient or whatever, it's, you know, a packet of sugar at a coffee shop
Yeah.
has much more volume.
Yeah.
to get the same level of sweetness.
I can
God, I'm
taste the
so
difference
burpy.
in this. I know.
You guys, I just felt like I had a religious moment just a second ago. I just had an epiphany. Like, I know what these are, and our minds are going to be blown, I think.
Oh my God.
Like, I felt like I was just touched by an angel that was like, D is this thing. And I was like, that's what D is?
Like,
I think
you
my
know it in
son-
your soul, or you know it logically.
No. It feels like a gut thing that
It feels like a gut thing to you.
I'm
Okay.
very excited now.
So your epiphany is not. I had an epiphany, and it's XYZ, and I can explain it to you. It was like a soul epiphany. You were like,
Yeah, no,
"Ah!"
I was touched by
Holy
something
Ghost,
that was like,
Holy-
this is what it is, you know.
Got it. Got it.
Andy's revelations.
Let's go back to R, as I feel is
Why?
it's
Yeah,
kind of the loser of the bunch, right?
Oh, 100% of all 6 of them.
Not as bad on a revisit.
Not as bad on a revisit. You guys wait. I kind of want to lock these in sooner than later.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Oh God. it's
Wait,
bad,
I need
though.
to figure out my rating though. You guys get your rating in your heads too.
It makes
I
my
feel like
teeth
Diet
go.
Dr. Pepper just tastes like kind of flat Dr. Pepper. Like, it just tastes a little hollow. It's not sweet. Like, Diet Coke to me tastes like a different fucking animal from Coke.
You guys, our
But
minds are
Diet
gonna
Dr.
be
Pepper
blown.
tastes like a Dr. Pepper that's just like, I'm tired, like I'm sleepy. You know, like, it's the same thing.
Allison, go. What's your favorite?
My favorite is J.
Okay, love it. Second.
D,
Okay.
and then R.
Okay, and for our listeners at home, J was the second one we tried. D
Yes.
was the third one we tried, and R was the first one we tried. Jojo, lock in yours.
It's the same as Allison's, of course.
Oh my God, twinsies!
We're just in the flow. Just a couple of twins having a night in.
So
Okay.
burpy. God.
Okay, I'm going to switch it up just slightly and go D, J, R. And it's because of what I think they are, and I'm so delighted on what I think D is.
Okay.
Okay.
Allison, let's lock in yours first. What do you think J was, the second one that you drank, which is in your first position?
So I assume that J is just the regular Dr. Pepper.
Okay. What do you think D?
Gosh, I don't know.
is?
These two are interchangeable to me. I love it. D. So then D would be the 0,
Okay.
and R would be the diet.
And R is the diet.
Lock
Yeah.
it in.
Lock it in for JoJo. Okay, you guys are twinsies.
My righty
right.
die.
I was touched.
Oh.
I had a religious experience. D, okay, is diet. I think D is
Oh
the
my
diet. Now, J, I think, is Dr. Pepper, like both of you guys. I think R is the 0.
Fuck.
Now, go to D and just entertain the possibility that it could be the diet.
Oh my God. No. It's the aftertaste in the R.
And this isn't the world I want to live in.
There is more of an aftertaste in the R, but those
Is this
zeros are
true?
still what is usually used in zeros? Is it Splenda or Splenda? Where the diets usually they have aspartame, I believe, right?
That's right.
If this is true, what you posit, then that throws into question everything and means everything's based on the order in which you drink things. I mean, it has to be.
Not necessarily
That
though.
has to factor in.
Okay.
Why would we work and like the last one we're like, yeah, that's crazy. There's
Drink-
no way diet is that good.
Drink D and have Diet Coke in your head.
I don't think I should be drinking any more of this.
Like there's something. I think I'm
Yeah.
getting the aspartame.
Yeah.
When I
I
go
see
to
what
the
you're saying.
R,
But it doesn't have that aftertaste that aspartame that Diet Coke has.
but here's the other thing. The reason my epiphany was that I do remember people really love Diet Dr. Pepper, and anyone that likes it and drinks it is like, it's the best tasting diet soda. That's what I'm
Yes.
basing my guess on.
People
I
also
don't
have
even know
terrible
what's-
opinions.
I don't know what's happening anymore. My mind has been. Remember when I said our brains were going to be scrambled
Yes.
between the glass bottles and this is, I feel, it is what has happened.
It's perfect.
I'm gonna
It's
take a sip
absolutely
of that
perfect for the
original
show.
Totally
sugar.
scrambled.
Are you guys ready? I think we should reveal what J is
I-
first, right?
Must
Yeah.
know.
Okay.
Yes.
Yo, take a sip of N real quick. The
N?
original sugar Dr. Pepper.
So different.
So different.
Tastes like raisins.
You can
does-
yeah,
or
you really
pruny.
Like
It tastes pruny.
sarsaparilla.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. If we had another hour, we could play a fun game guessing the 23 flavors of Dr. Pepper. Leo.
All right, J
What's J?
is. You guys ready?
Yes.
Drum roll. Dr. Pepper. Nailed it. Everyone got
Boom.
that. Okay. Set that one aside next to our friend N, the real sugar one, because we do need to do a little more back and forth on that in a moment. So that leaves us with R and D. Which one of these do we... let's reveal D, because that's the one...
Which, by the way, is Doctor.
Yeah. And diet.
Wow.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah. Okay.
Do you guys want to change your guesses, or you're locked in?
No. Committed. I'm committed.
D is... I was touched by an angel. Diet Dr. Pepper.
Fucking A.
No fucking way.
Yep. Diet Dr. Pepper. R is Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar.
Oh my God. Cancel that.
It is delicious,
Broken
I like
my
it.
brain.
right? It's delicious.
I'm shocked. I got to say, so, one thing for the listeners, viewers, is that when you took the plastic bottle off the cap, there's still that little ring
Yes.
around it. And I couldn't help but notice when we started that there was the one that had the black top. And so I was immediately like, oh, well, that's zero sugar. But I really was trying to let my heart lead me here and was so convinced it was the diet because the aspartame flavor is so strong. It is so sharp in that.
Wow.
I'm floored.
I am as well. That is wild.
Splee in the chat said from our Diets versus Zeros episode, which we did Coke and Pepsi Diet versus Zeros, we preferred the diets as well, which is interesting.
Yeah, that's true.
Coke?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they were all, Allison, we actually found all of them to be pretty good, surprisingly. Like, we were like, oh, these are all pretty passable and fine.
I feel like there just needs to be further experimentation on like drinking
Rats?
lots of things next to each other because I just don't understand that. That is wild. That's wild to me.
That's pretty wild. You guys, real quick, let's do a sip of J and then a sip
Okay.
of N again. So, regular Dr. Pepper versus Dr. Pepper with real sugar.
Okay.
Regular Dr. Pepper's great. Dare I say I prefer it over the one with real sugar?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
like something old-timey fruity tasting about the N for sure.
And then I'm
Yep.
going to take a sip of the old Dublin here.
Yeah, you got to get a sip of K. That's what's up.
Or sip of K, yeah.
Wow.
Just wild.
Man, they're all great though. I'm really stoked on this. Allison, I'm so glad you went to school in Waco and made this happen for us.
I think we all learned a lot today.
did.
I will look forward to my dissertation on the order of tasting and blind taste tests and how it
Yes.
affects the results.
Please
Fair
do.
enough.
I
Okay,
just
so
feel like that has to be at play here.
before we wrap up, we got two real quick things. Real quick, we want to look at our buddy, the real Bolak. Am I saying that right, Josh?
I think it's the real Bullbach.
He
All right,
sent us a video of him doing, what are these called? We've talked about him. A nutcracker.
Nutcracker.
Do you know what a nutcracker is, Allison?
I don't think so.
Check this out.
I don't know what a nutcracker is, but
Hello, what am I drinking? This would be a mango nutcracker here in New York City on the beach.
certainly orange and fruit flavored. Mango, if you say so. 8 out of 10. Would fuck with. My nuts are halfway cracked and I'm thinking about another one. Go fuck yourself.
I like the rim shot in there as well.
Wow.
I like the mango, if you say so.
I would love to know how many takes here
Now,
for it.
so we've heard of these. These are very big, especially on the East Coast. He's in New York, obviously, and so they're these like, you know, kind of like super fruity drinks. My question, and Josh, I wonder if you have the answer to this. When you buy these, are they like adding the booze in front of you?
No,
or you just
it's a punch. They're making a big batch, you know. It's like a party drink, you know.
But it's
like
already it's not sealed though, right? Like it is someone's like it is just like kind of with a cap on. So you really are trusting whoever's making these at the beach for $5. That right? It seems a little crazy.
I mean, maybe they've got a bottling system, but it's certainly not in like any kind of regulated food service space. You know, it's not in a commercial kitchen. This is happening.
These are illegal beverages.
ingredients.
We should make clear.
Yes.
This is an illegal play.
Ooh,
Yeah,
rebels.
But man, thanks for sending that video in.
It's beautiful.
Great end of summer vibes. Love it.
Yeah. It also came because he sent a photo of an actual Iceman on the beach from the vision board. There was just a guy with a cart said Iceman. He was just selling ice. It sounds like a dream day at the beach, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Allison, this is the last segment of the show. We're going to have you answer something for us, and what you're going to answer is, are you ready, Josh?
I am ready. Brian's question.
So when we first started this show, my brother-in-law, Brian, sent us 100 questions, and then when we rebooted the show, he sent us 100 more, and this week's question is, Josh, you want to bring that up on the screen?
I do.
It's important to have family support. I love that.
Okay, number 23 here. Do you want to read that, Allison?
Does Andy still sip tequila?
Oh, do I, Allison?
This feels like a trick because the still is doing a lot of fucking work here. It's doing some heavy lifting. I'm going to say yes.
Okay. Jojo?
That you do.
We've never had a Brian's question like this, by the way.
No,
it's
this
never
is a very...
singled one of us out ever.
Well, he's written 200 questions for you. He's
That's
tired. True. He's tired. He had to phone someone.
Delirious even. I'm gonna say yes, but I think less often than he used to.
Okay. The answer is I absolutely still sip tequila. Still my favorite sipper in the booze game. Yeah, I absolutely love the stuff.
A little
I think
lime in there. You squeeze a little lime in there, just as it is.
If I'm at a restaurant, I'll squeeze the lime into it, but I just really like it just straight and just easy peasy.
Cold, or do you chill a glass or?
Don't care at all. It can be room temp. It can be cold, but no ice cubes or anything like that. But yeah, chilled glass is nice, but I can just have it just room temperature and straight up. Love it.
I should get into sipping tequila instead of bourbon and just see what that does for my weekend game.
It's a nice it's a nice buzz and definitely a little less hangover. Like if you're doing equal quantities of both, say you have 4 bourbons and 4 tequilas, you're going to feel less of it from the tequilas.
Is that true? What they say that it's because it's like brown liquors and clear liquors? Is that real? Is that a real thing you think?
I think it's more of like a sugar and how they're made thing, I believe.
Yeah. My theory, and I don't think there's any truth to this, but is that it's because it's closer, they're made from agave plants, right? Tequila is, and same way like gin is made from juniper berries. I think those things both have more similarly chill hangovers than your browns, which are, I think, maybe just because they're mixes of things sometimes. But I don't know. If
they're
you
like
had a good one,
blends.
yeah, like if you had a good, we should try that. That would be a good episode.
You'd have to have a follow-up episode like the following morning.
Yes.
See how everyone feels.
It'd have to be We might even have to do two nights,
Yeah, you have
nights
to
in
do
a row. We have
clear
to
liquors.
switch.
But yeah, I don't know if you could do it in the row though. You almost need like a day off, right? How would
Yeah,
you
you'd have to
control
have
for
a-
that?
Yeah, no, you'd
You're
have
right.
to have a day to reboot.
Oh God, I would
Hydrate.
not want to reboot. Yes, hydrate.
Hydrate.
You have to. Oh,
Hydrate.
I'm in the pocket of big water, so I gotta like every now and then just mention water.
Well, Allison, thank you so much for coming and doing this with us.
Thank you
we
for
tumble
having
for
me.
you.
Wait, what was the duck?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Mr.
So
Snackers.
yeah,
Excuse me, sirs. My character was besmirched, and as if maybe I don't like ducks, I recall, and I need to know what the deal is.
do you want to, Jojo?
Sure. Yeah. So I have a pet duck named Mr. Snackers. We had there was a bunch of back when we did the podcast and I first got the duck. People didn't believe I had the duck. Now that we're a live stream, we got to show the duck. However, little bad news for the listeners is that my landlady does not allow ducks. Not allowable in the lease. Cats are okay. Ducks are not. So my duck is living at a ducky daycare, and so this is the live stream.
Wait, this is a sad story.
Mr. Snackers would have been duck meat by now if not for this ducky daycare. And so, here he has all the watermelon and
He could dream of.
shit-filled pools
He seems happy,
and
whichever one he is.
traffic.
They're having a blast, I think.
Pets love a daycare situation.
Don't
I
they?
would like to see that water changed a little
I
bit
would
more
too.
frequently.
I should call about that.
It's just
Yeah.
the angle of the camera. It's fine.
It's the reflection of the wood. It's clear as day in there.
Okay. Thank you for answering the duck question. I do indeed like cats as well. Mine's been sitting next to me taking a loud bath for the past half an hour.
Nice.
But I had to find out what the duck thing was about. I kept it stuck in there. I kept it till the very end.
Allison, anything you want our listeners to know that's coming up on the horizon or anything they should check out?
I always forget that I should remember if I have anything to plug. I don't have anything to plug.
All right, love it. So just
It's been a
go.
rough year, y'all. No, I just made my directorial debut. I'm
go.
directing a short right now. I mean, I directed a
s-
short, and I'm in
amazing.
post-production right now, which means that's what I'm doing with my time. I don't know when you guys are going to get to see it, so I don't really have anything to tell you about. Follow me on Instagram, and you'll
Yeah,
hear
follow
about
on
it
That's
Instagram.
right.
when it's done.
Her handle is right there on the bottom, scrolling across the screen. Follow there for everything coming up. And thank you once again, and thanks to all the listeners, everyone in the chat that joined us today. Thank you guys. And till next time, Jojo, you ready? Go
Go fuck yourselves.
yourselves.